What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Check it out. Is there something that will equal creatine in its efficacy? Is there something that can be bigger than creatine? Imagine something that produced energy, produced health benefits, produced cognitive benefits with none of the downsides. Endurance. I mean, you're looking at everything, and something that including increasing your energy can also help you sleep better. There are data on that. It seems like too good to be true. But as someone who has tried it, I can say that, yeah, it's for real. And it's not one of those gain 10 pounds of muscle in 7 days, none of that. But think about something that can enhance your health, enhance your energy, enhance your life. And data may show it might also enhance your gains. We know that it increases fat oxidation. We've seen the data on that. I'm talking about BHB, Beta-Hydroxybutyrate. Huge ingredient. goBHB is the brand, and it is the next level fuel that has been hiding right in front of our eyes. Think about it. When people go into ketosis, their body does not have glucose for energy, so it derives ketones from fat. And people who go on ketosis, they say they have more clarity, more mental energy, but they lack the drive to train harder. We know that glucose helps you train harder, but what if you supplemented with these exogenous ketones, with these BHBs, in addition to having a diet that has glucose in it, a carb-containing diet? You have a dual energy source. And that is crazy. The benefits of having both of those energy sources. Could this be the next creatine? Now, I've been taking it. Here's actually a prototype. This is a goBHB energy drink. I'll crack it open right now. I've been living off that stuff. So what is BHB? So BHB stands for beta-hydroxybutyrate. It's a ketone body, but it's usually produced by your body when lacking glucose, when lacking amino acids. It derives it from fat. But it's a molecule that your body naturally produces. So when you're fasting, that's what your body is surviving on. That's what gives you the energy. Think of it as your body's backup fuel system. But when you take it exogenously in supplement form, whether it's a drink, a powder, whatever, you bypass the whole need to restrict your carbs. And you can get clean, stable energy almost instantly. But when you're on ketosis, obviously you still sleep. So it's not going to impact your sleep. In fact, I did a video the other week about data out of Japan showing it enhances all measurements of sleep. This is a well-done study. So it's like flipping on a second generator when the power starts to dip. That's what makes it dual energy. Glucose and ketones. So think about what creatine does. It fuels ATP regeneration in short bursts. BHB goes longer, steadier, and keeps your brain in the game as well. So let's talk about the studies. I'm going to go over, I think let's stop at 4 studies. One is Cox et al. This is 2016, published in Cell Metabolism. Elite cyclists taking exogenous ketones increased endurance by 2%, and glycogen preservation improved significantly. When you're looking at competitive settings, 2%, that's enormous. That's enormous. In 2016, Murray et al., BHB crosses the blood-brain barrier and provides direct fuel to neurons, improving cognitive performance, reducing fatigue perception, and enhancing mental clarity during training. So think about that mind-muscle connection, staying in it, keeping your workouts great, keeping that energy and intensity elevated. For those of you who don't like caffeine, they don't like the vasoconstriction of caffeine. You don't like the potential heart palpitations or anything you might be going through. Maybe you're sensitive to caffeine. This gives you an opportunity to get that energy without any of the negatives. So another study, this is 2017 by Holdsworth et al. Subjects showed enhanced muscle protein sparing when ketones were elevated, reducing muscle breakdown in fasted states or during caloric restriction. So think about when you train. You're in a catabolic state. So if we're able to provide energy and fuel substrate, you can actually prevent the muscle breakdown. and enhance your gains during training. Now, think about if you stack this with something like my HMB. HMB does that very similarly. You got a powerhouse for preserving muscle. So another study, the last study, is Stubbs et al. In 2017. So exogenous ketones reduce ghrelin. Ghrelin is your hunger hormone. This improves insulin sensitivity, helps manage body composition, and it is a fat-burning, muscle-sparing powerhouse. I'm not overstating this, guys. There are data on this, and data is emerging. There are studies ongoing, on and on and on about this supplement. They're going to keep coming out. So let's actually compare creatine to BHBs side by side. I actually put together a little chart here. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. 1 second here. Let me get, boom. So let me go here. Oh, here we go. So check this out. Creatine's primary role is ATP recycling. BHB's primary role is alternative energy. Creatine supports muscle growth. BHB via protein sparing supports muscle growth. Creatine does not boost endurance based on the current data. At least we don't think it does. BHB does boost endurance. Brain benefits. Creatine does have them. We're just now starting to find out more, but generally speaking, you have to be deprived of ATP, like sleep deprivation. Whereas we know that cognitively, your brain will use these ketones, and that's where it shines. So I put 3 little check marks by it. Recovery benefits, both have it. Fat oxidation, creatine does not oxidize fat. BHB does. Insulin control. Creatine does not control insulin based on the data we have. BHB, based on the data we have, does. So again, you're looking at a crazy thing. But what if you put them together? Creatine helps you build muscle. BHB helps you sustain and focus. So creatine helps with that maximal power output. BHB helps you sustain it. There's no reason to choose one or the other. You should always stack these. In this case, guys, 1 + 1 does not equal 2. 1 + 1 = 3. I hypothesize, and data will show. I know data is going to show it later. It just has to. That they amplify the effects of one another beyond taking one alone. So real world cases, if you're fasting, it's a no-brainer. You get the fuel you need to sustain your fast without spiking your insulin and ending your state of, well, hunger. And no spiking insulin. Endurance. So whether you're going long runs, rides, whether you're doing circuit training, CrossFit, high rocks, whatever, BHB gives you that clean feel with no crash. Mental work. This is what I love it for. I'll sit at the desk. I'll sip this bad boy. Put a little bit in my protein shakes, whatever it is. Man, it just helps you lock in. It boosts your cognitive performance. So if you are dieting, let's say if you're getting ready for a fight, let's say if you're getting ready for a day at the beach, you're getting ready for a bodybuilding competition, imagine something that's muscle sparing, helps prevent that diet-induced brain fog. When my kids were cutting for wrestling, my youngest one had these BHB gummies. And dude, it was a game changer for him. He was able to go to practice and just lock in. Appetite control, mental clarity, you name it, it has it. So think of it like this. Creatine builds the engine. BHB helps keep the engine running longer and cleaner. So how do you use it? I would say a lot of the applications, you got about 5 grams. There's studies as low as 2 to 3, 5 grams, 6 grams, up to 10 grams. I mean, you can't really overdo it, but I would say that's a sweet spot, like that 5 to 10 gram, even less. Experiment pre-workout, 15 to 30 minutes pre-workout. You can use it with or without carbs, depending on your diet, depending on your goal. And if you do like caffeine, this supercharges your caffeine and takes the edge off. Electrolytes, obviously you're not going to see me talk against electrolytes. So for mental work, let's say you have a day at the office, you're not even training. 5 grams or so mid-morning with water helps keeps you locked in. So there are some applications. I actually was looking at If you look at, let me see if I can pull this up. Stack 3D did a write-up. Where are you, Stack 3D? There you are. So believe it or not, it's gone into the mainstream. Here, MyPillow, the MyPillow guy. Yeah, so here he is. So he actually has this thing called Rev 7 out, and it's crushing it. So this is beyond bodybuilders. I think we can all assume that the MyPillow market isn't bodybuilders. The MyPillow market isn't hardcore lifters. But there's a good write-up. This also has a great other, it's called Cognizant. It's a great mental ingredient. So you have 250 so you have the how much BHBs do we have? 5 grams of goBHB in every can. That's just what I recommended. 250 milligrams of Cognizant Citicoline. Citicoline is gangster. Love that. Calories are only 25. I've tasted it's really good. So let's go to, here's the page. Here's the MyPillow page. There we go. There he is, Mike Lindell. Whether you like him or not, this guy's a machine. So here it is. Let's see what Mike Lindell has to say about this. So like you look at the comparisons, the BHBs. So essentially it's like this. It's a healthy energy drink. You see all the negative press on all the other energy drinks, people having heart attacks and stuff. Imagine getting that energy without the harsh stimulants. And at my age, look, I used to be able to drop 500 gram of caffeine pre-workout. You give me over 250 right now, it's not going to be a good workout. It's not going to be a good work.
Let me ask you, do you ever think?
Let's see. Let's watch this. What the hell?
Let me ask you, do you ever think about what's in energy drinks? Well, it's time we did. Introducing Rev 7, a premium energy drink that's actually good for you. And it tastes great and gives you energy all day. Plus, it has no sugar or caffeine, so you won't experience those jitters and crashes that we've all been through with the other energy drinks. And what makes Rev 7 so special is that it's powered with Cognizant, a premium nootropic that helps fuel your mind, and goBHB, which is a primary ketone in your body that provides the most efficient and cleanest fuel ever. It's a game changer when it comes to consuming less sugar and caffeine and still getting the energy we need. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20%. And I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7. For a limited time, try our introductory 3-pack.
All right, that's Mike Lindell doing Mike Lindell stuff. Anyway, guys, so look, man, look, it's a lot to say that something could be the next creatine, but stuff's legit. Like, we were one of the first to use it at Ambrosia, and there were some things that happened, some trademark things, whatever, but I've always been a believer in this ingredient since, when we come out with that, 2017, 2016? I think it was 2017. But yeah, long story short, that's that. Have you tried goBHB? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Let me know if you're interested in this stuff. I'd love to hear it. Comment down below, share this with your friends. Really excited about it. Really excited about this ingredient. Look, there's very few times in your life when you get something like in the 90s, you had Ed Anthony and Secretary. That was the name of EAS when it first started. It was Ed Bird, Anthony Almada, and his secretary. I know that's politically incorrect to call anybody a secretary now, but that is the original name of EAS. And EAS just blew up with Phosphagen. That built the brand. And then Myoplex. And it built Ed Bird, who later on turned it into NO2. There are very few times intra-workout category. What I did with Extend, the intra-workout categories, branched chain amino acids, intra-workout, that's a multi-$100 million category now. There are very few times in a man's career when he can see something and try something and say that this is the next big thing. With branched chains, man, someone who's dieting, who's just, I loved branched chains so much that I funded a study on them in 2009 that was published. That's how much I loved it. And I will say that branched chains are branched chains, but they weren't the next creatine. They already existed. It was just something, what we did is we made them very palatable and we put it in a mixture that you could drink during training. And hence the intra-workout category came about. That's how it happened. So every time you see a colored beverage in the gym, you're welcome, okay? But that wasn't a fascinating ingredient breakthrough. I think this is, and I'm very excited to tell you about it. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment down below, share this video, and of course, like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell, and remember, that is not a game.